Right behind all of those trees, behind that sign, I started getting growled at by, like I said, when I was telling Matt, it sounded like have you guys ever heard the mating call of an alligator or a crocodile and they rumble the water?
No,
You need to listen to it.
Okay.
Because it just vibrates everything and it's loud. You take that and cross it with a lion, and it was so loud, I was sitting, a little bit closer than I am right now, going down that bank headed that way. And we'll idle down here. I'm going to show you where the rock come over my head. But literally right there, it just, and it wouldn't, the more I fished, it started following me down this bank. And it was, whatever it was telling me to leave. And I have never heard it in my life, whatever it was.
And I'm assuming that sign is there for a reason.
I was telling you, I've seen some big ones over here. My friend that was a friend of my son that I lost killed an 8-footer right over there. Got on my trolling motor just like I normally. I was like, nothing's gonna scare me off. And I went fishing, and it started following me down through here. And like I said, you could see in April some of the stuff in there, but it was so thick that whatever it was back in there probably 20 yards. And I could see trees shaking and moving. And you could hear it, but you could never see what it was other than the growl. And I just kept fishing, thinking, okay, it's whatever it is, gonna leave me the heck alone. And my mind never went to Bigfoot. I'm just telling you guys that. I just didn't know what it was. I've seen bear over here. I've seen mountain lion. I have seen bobcat. Every kind of raccoon, possum, everything you think of. I know none of that makes that kind of noise. Deer everywhere, elk. No.
Yeah.
It's up there about, I don't know, 150 yards or so.
Yes.
And you can see how steep that is. It's just straight up. And that goes down through there for a mile. And right just before you get that white rock is where that rock the size of a basketball come flying over my boat and hit about 5 feet on this side of it when I was on the trolling motor. And that's when I left. Whatever it was followed me all the way down through here and through that giant rock. I'm standing on the front of that boat and I watched it come over my head and hit. And I think it could have hit me if it wanted to.
Oh, of course. I agree.
There is some smaller caves up there in that. You can't see them now because of the stuff. I did find what I call an X up in there in November.
Really?
Yes. You can see it from the bank. Somewhere along here by this white rock. But you can see how steep that is, Ryan. Yeah. So there's no human going to be up there throwing rocks off. No bear. And literally, right along in here is where that rock, I was, 10 yards closer to the bank worm fishing in that grass when that rock come over my head. Right here, and this is where me and him had stopped. We always fish. I don't know if you can see all the grass that's underneath the water.
Oh, yeah.
It comes way out there. I mean, way out there. And we had stopped to fish, and so down there about where, and we'll go down there to it. You see where the shade and then the green tree and then the shade is down there on the left?
Yes.
where that green tree is, that's between the shade.
Yep.
And this was about 2 weeks after this happened back over here. You got to understand that there was not as much coverage whatsoever. You could actually see the hillside and everything. We come down and we measured that limb that, you can't tell it now, but the limb that is kind of sticking out to the right, we measured it with the measuring tape that we got for fish in here, and it was it was between them two trees.
Okay.
And it was 9 foot at his chest, is what we guessed from what we saw. And like I said, 2 steps and it was back up in there and gone. And I'm talking giant steps. But this one here was solid black, and it was not big and bulky. It was tall and skinny, but you could see, all I can remember is watching it move so fast, the hair, kind of like the wind caught it, and you could see its calf muscles flex as it took those steps. And its arms did the weirdest pump motion to get it going, and it was gone like that. A giant tree got pushed over up there. We were fishing along here, and we heard, you could see it doing this on a day as calm as this, and then it just whack and it fell over. It was somewhere up in there. I don't know if you can see it behind that tree. And that's not as big as these others that are over here.
Yep. Where that white tree is.
There's a cave there.
Yep. That would be easy for them to find too.
Yes, and no human's gonna get there.
Well, no.
And I believe there's another one to the left over here up in this crevice right here that the trees are taking over to the left of that tree.
Oh my gosh.
See how clear out it is right there?
Yep.
It's cleared out. Something has cleared all of that out.
They're so hidden right there.
Yes. Can do anything if they want to do.
Never
Look up through here. See where it's cleared out up there?
Yep.
Right off the top of it, and then where it's at. And then right on down here will be the others, I believe. And I believe we'll see some more right here in just a second. That's where the one was standing on each side of it, watching me and my buddy. None of this grass was here in October. We're fishing out of here. This is about 3 to 4 foot water, and this has all died down. And that's when he said, "You know we're being watched." And I'm like, "Okay." And he said, "Look over there by the fallen over tree stump." And there was one, and they would stand on top of it. They'd go around behind it. They'd switch faces. One was brown and one was a reddish brown.
That's where I found a beaver home too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So we come in June last year to come back here and topwater fish. And the grass changes every year, but basically from about where that green tree is that I'm pointing at right there,
Yep.
to where all of these logs is right here,
Yep.
that's no more than 2 foot deep there. But there's pockets like this that are deep where the fish hang out. That area right there looked like chocolate milk. Something had got in there, and I don't know, and it could have been boats, could have been pigs, because it's too
Yes.
deep for the pigs.
Right.
No amount of deer are going to do that. There was an acre of water in there that looked like chocolate milk. And my best guess that I was telling Matt is somebody or something had made nets and had got out in there and pushed all the carp that hang out in here in the dark up onto that bank. Because there was water, there was this crap everywhere up on that bank.
Wow.
Everywhere. I'm talking like truckloads of it up on that bank. And I think they were out in here with them things pushing the fish and catching them, is what I think. I may be totally wrong, but I have no clue. The water is like this everywhere, and it'd be chocolate milk over there and all of that there. See what fish just come up over there?
Yep.
That's why we topwater fish over there. That's a bass doing that.
Wow.
And they'll do that to about 9 o'clock, from dawn to about 9 o'clock.